Good morning. It is finally Friday, November 3rd. I'm Tim Ryan.
I'm Lauren Prisball.
Well, the Henderson County Sheriff updating a tragic story. A woman who is charged with killing her 5- and 7-year-old daughters.
It appears the killings may have been planned. This family lives near Maybank, 60 miles southeast of Dallas. Shannon Murray is with the sheriff right now. What can you tell us, Shannon?
Right, Lauren and Tim, we know Sarah Henderson is charged with capital murder this morning. She's expected to be arraigned here at some point for killing her 2 young daughters. And a huge development this morning. Joining me now is Sheriff BOTIE HILLHOUSE, and we're learning now that this may not have just been a random incident.
That is correct. Through the investigation, we have learned that for the last couple of weeks, this was a planned event. Henderson also attempted yesterday to shoot her husband. The pistol misfired, and that's when he was able to take the pistol away from her and call law enforcement.
What can you say about her motive? Is there anything she's saying to help us understand why she planned to do this?
We still haven't got down to the reason of why. It's still early in the investigation. We've still got a lot of work to do, but you know, that's one thing we're trying to get to the bottom of, but we haven't got that answer yet.
We know she's under close watch here at the jail. What can you tell us about her demeanor, and in speaking with her and talking to her, how she's acting and how she's feeling?
You know, we've got her under suicide watch here at the jail. Standard protocol when anybody's charged with an offense like this. We watch them closely until medical personnel tell us otherwise. You know, we haven't seen any signs of any remorse right now. You know, that's about it.
What's next in this process? We know she'll be arraigned here this morning at the jail.
Yes, ma'am. She'll be arraigned this morning. Hopefully before 9 o'clock, she'll have an arraignment hearing here inside the jail, and bail will be set at that time. And then it's just, you know, finishing up the investigation, getting it to the DA's office to be put before a grand jury to seek indictment.
Can you say anything about what you all or what your deputies found inside the home yesterday when you were able to go inside?
Everything that we're seeing is matching up through the investigation. You know, the physical evidence is leading us to give us some answers. Can't go into a lot of detail right now because it still is at the early stages of the investigation, and we don't want to harm the investigation, but everything's coming together.
And it seems that Henderson did confess to this crime almost immediately.
That is correct. Once we got up here got her to the jail facility, investigators interviewed her, and she did confess at that time.
All right, Sheriff HILLHOUSE, thank you so much for coming out and talking to us this morning. This is, of course, a developing story that we will continue to follow this morning and throughout the day. We do expect to hear some of those 911 calls at some point today. Her husband called 911 reporting that his wife had killed those 2 little girls, and it is apparently a frantic and just tragic call that we do expect to hear at some point today. Tim, Lauren, back to you.
It's just so troubling to hear, like, the sheriff to say that she has no signs of remorse right now, and that, you know, tried to kill her husband too. And I've spoken this morning on social media with several women in this area who knew this woman and said she was sweet, she was nice, and that it's just, they're just so surprised by this. And, you know, in that area, everyone kind of knows everyone.
Right.
So, just
Very sad.
so tough.